Okay, guys, so let's talk about sacred home energy shift. Detoxing your home isn't just about aesthetics or tidiness, it's about energetic hygiene. Every object, corner, and cluttered drawer holds a frequency. And if you're holding on to stuff from a toxic relationship, a painful season, or just general chaos, it's likely clogging your flow. Here's why detoxing your home helps call in new energy. So, clutter equals confusion. When your space is full, your mind feels scattered. Clearing space invites clarity. Energy lingers. Trauma, arguments, and heartbreak, that energy stays in your walls, in your objects, and in your furniture. And when you clean or rearrange, you reset your vibration. Letting go in the physical makes room for the spiritual. And when you release what no longer serves you physically, the universe responds by sending in what does serve you. Your home mirrors your nervous system. A peaceful, aligned space supports healing, rest, creativity, and receiving. So everything holds intention. And when you detox and reset your home, you're sending a clear message that I'm ready for a new chapter. You can even make it a ritual, open the windows, play healing music, speak affirmations, and you will feel the shift. So one of the things that I like to do is I do a check every month. The first of the month, I like to really take a moment to really look around my home and look at what areas are cluttered. I'm actually in my garage right now, which is where I work out sometimes and do artwork. And every now and then I'll come out here and just go through my stuff and get rid of stuff that no longer serves me. It's stuff that I'm not using. So what I always tell people is to start with a drawer, start with a closet, start with just one room, and you're going to go through it and you're going to get rid of the things that maybe represent a period of time in your life that made you really sad. So I'll give you an example. I have a closet that I still have clothes from my last divorce. And the reason why I've held on to those clothes is because I used to get dressed up. I used to go places all the time. I used to go to really big events. And so I purchased a lot of really expensive dresses for those times. And I don't do any of those things anymore, but I always held on to the dresses because I was like, well, maybe one day I'll use them again. But I need to get rid of those dresses because they represent something that brought me a lot of pain. And that's the same thing that we're going to do is we're going to go through, and not everything is going to represent something negative. It's, if it's something that you haven't used in a year, there's no point in keeping it. And I know that a lot of us emotionally like to hold on to stuff because we think that we might use it later, but it's also clogging up your energetic field. So I drew a picture. And this is just kind of explaining, especially if you have like ADHD like me, I have what I like to call hot spots. So I put little stacks right here of clothes because I'm the type of person that will go from my laundry room into my bedroom with a stack of clothes, but I won't actually put them away. And I can always tell whenever my mind is cluttered because I don't put stuff away. And that's a really good indication that I'm stressed out about something or my mind is wandering because I usually try to keep my environment pretty organized and cleaned. And I want you to keep this in mind too, because when you're feeling really sad or you have a lot of anxiety, the last thing you want to do is clean. You don't think that that's actually going to help, but this is actually going to create a lot of new energy inside your home and in your space. And that's the reason why I try to encourage you to do it. But if it feels overwhelming, what we want to do is start small. So we don't want to go for the big rooms. Like I've got a picture here of all this clutter. And I want to show you how it's going to affect your energetic field, when we get rid of all this clutter. I even opened some windows on the side. I love my illustration. So I opened some windows and I got rid of the clutter. You can see the energetic field spots. That stuff is going to clear out. So we're going to get rid of that when we clean out different rooms in our home, drawers. Also, your car. So your car is an extension of your mind, and this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to clean out our energetic field because it's going to filter through you. If you've got junk inside of your house, if there's a lot of clutter, that is going to clutter your energetic field. If you have a car that's got a bunch of junk in it and there's old trash or you have stuff in there, old clothes that you haven't worn in 6 months, get rid of that stuff and throw it out. Also, it's a really good time to donate. So I go through my closet, I go through my shoes, I go through my daughter's closet and her shoes, and if I haven't worn it in the past year, I give it away to Goodwill or I donate it to somebody who needs them. And that's also going to help you feel better as well. But it's really important to pay attention and account of all the different things that we have in our home that no longer serve us, or if it has a negative representation. It reminds us of something that really brought us a lot of sadness, and we want to get rid of it. But if you feel overwhelmed and you feel like it's too much to clean those spaces out, start small. Start with just a drawer. I'm going to draw a drawer. So just start with a small drawer and then work your way up. Notice how you feel once you get that drawer cleaned out. Even if it's super small, like everybody has a junk drawer in their kitchen, go to just start with that drawer. Don't think about how much you have to clean out, because if you think, about, let's say you've got 4 rooms in your house and they're all cluttered, that's going to overwhelm you and you're going to avoid doing it. So we want to start with something really, really small that you can accomplish. And I actually had to do this because it was overwhelming for me. I went through my program, and in the very beginning, we did the detox program as well. And they said, we're going to give you 2 or 3 weeks to do this. And the reason why they did that is because it's so overwhelming, especially if people are trying to change their lives and they're not quite where they want to be. Something like cleaning out your home doesn't seem like it's going to change anything about how you feel, but it really does. So the reason why I recommend this is because of how much it helps my anxiety and my depression. It helped to lift my energy. I actually felt a lot better once I cleaned it out, or cleaned out my home. So I want you to just start with a drawer. And then once you get that drawer cleaned out and you notice how it makes you feel, that's really going to be an indication of how the other rooms are going to make you feel. So I would go to a drawer that you use often. So if you're like me, I have a drawer in my bathroom that has my brushes in it, all my hair ties. It has my dryer. It's cluttered. It's just full of stuff. I went to that drawer first, and I went to a place called Five Below here, and I got these little 50-cent little baskets, and I put 3 or 4 inside the drawer, and I put like my hair ties in one, and I organized everything in that drawer. And when I woke up the next day after cleaning it out and I went in there and I saw how organized it was, I was like, wow, I really love this. And it was something so small. And I know it sounds silly and you think that it's not going to make a difference, but it really does make a difference. So start with a really small area if it does make you feel overwhelmed. If you don't get super overwhelmed, I would start with your closet. Go to a place that you go to often. I wouldn't start with anything big like the kitchen. I wouldn't start with, a huge thing of dresser drawers that has a ton of clothes in it. Just start with a small area and notice how it makes you feel. And then take those things that no longer serve you, things that you're no longer using, and you want to give them away to Goodwill or donate them to somebody who needs them, or even have a garage sale. A lot of people do that as well. But once we get to a place where we have cleaned out all the areas in our home, and we've opened our windows, we've done this, we're going to start making this a ritual. This is not something that you're going to do one time. It's going to be like a maintenance. So now on the first week of every month, I pay attention. I'm like, all right, what rooms need to be cleaned out? What do I need to organize? And I will get on a roll. Once I do one room, then I have so much motivation and energy because of cleaning out that one room that it makes me want to do all the others. And now it's just a maintenance that I do every single month. And I promise you, I know this doesn't seem like it's going to make you feel better, but this is part of the detox process because, again, we're trying to get rid of all of the old so that we can bring in the new. But that's where we're going to start. So start small. Maybe do a drawer and a closet this week. And this is not something that you're going to have finished before you go to the next module, but it is something that I want you to create as part of your routine. Make it a ritual, whether it's weekly or monthly or whatever makes you feel better. And just notice how you feel. And then I'm going to put some journal prompts below where you're going to write out what are some of the things that you noticed when you were cleaning out the drawers or the closet or the bedroom. Notice some of the ways that it made you feel and keep track of it, because that's going to be a reminder. Next time you feel like you need to go clean out a room, you're going to be reminded of how good it made you feel. So try it out and let me know how it works.